Yo, what is up, guys? It's the Nightwing at Way of Life Esports coming at you guys with another League of Legends video here today. This is going to be the C9FanCast Season 2, Episode 6, sponsored by Pornhub and Chevy. Guys, I need new sponsors, so who do I pick for next week? Like Sprite and Toyota? Or like fucking, I don't know.
You should, no, Tylenol.
Tylenol? What? By doing drugs?
Because Blabber, to fix Blabber's back pain from carrying C9.
Oh my god. So
No, they're a good team, but Blabber's just the fucking man.
What about Amazon and like Samsung?
I don't want to work for Jeff Bezos. What the fuck?
Fair. Ford and Samsung.
Ford and Samsung. Tesla. What? Blue? What are you? A 30-year-old mother with four kids?
What about local? What about local?
Okay, what about SpaceX?
No, Ryan Guy's Brewery. It's a local Cincinnati beer that is really good.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I got some connects. I got some connects with people who are on the board there.
Really?
How about since Reginald was memeing on McDonald's, we just get like Starbucks as a sponsor, since they're higher class.
Wendy's.
I've never.
Wendy's.
I've never eaten there actually. Never eaten at Wendy's ever.
Wait, Wendy's is better than McDonald's.
It probably is. There's probably no debate there. But hey, McDonald's does have really good coffee that'll wake your ass up instantly.
They do.
But you know what else has good coffee that'll wake your ass up instantly?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Cocaine? Holy shit.
Oh, this is an East Coast chain, but White Castle. You might have heard of it from the movie Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Mm-hmm. They have the best coffee in the fast food game. No cap.
Oh my god. I like the coffee
they also have the greasiest, most disgusting burgers of all time.
Whoa, what? No. They're not even greasy. What do you mean? Like, you know those things are held in water, right? Like that's how they're kept. They're put in water with onions mixed in as a brine, and that's where they get the onion flavor.
Out of some guys.
What company is this?
Wait, what? That
White
sounds
Castle.
White Castle. Where's a Black Castle? Oh, gotta get
that. All right.
We gotta get that
We
diversity.
know what's being canceled next. Congratulations.
Last night I said some.
By the way, we should talk about esports. That's a thing.
Esports? What? We have girls who are gonna watch this show. They want to hear us guys talk.
Yeah, and they want to hear us talk about White Castle. Yeah. Okay.
Whoa, do not disrespect White Castle. I will not let you do that. I am a fat asshole.
Sydney called Newcastle.
What?
The White Castle, Newcastle?
What is wrong with some of you people? This is the reason why you guys...
Hey, going to get some White Castles to Newcastle ain't a hassle.
Hey, I'm just saying, this is the reason why some of you guys don't get laid. But, hey, what do I know?
Speak for yourself.
Oh my god! Oh my god, but how are you guys doing? I haven't seen some of you guys in a bit. I'm pulling up Reginald right now. Brilliant.
You see me a lot.
Brilliant.
Oh, I saw Warren last night. Oh my god, Blue, where have you been? Faker sucks. Just letting you know that. Faker's the most overrated player of all time.
Where did that even come from? Fake hasn't played since last time we talked.
Well, I know.
Who's gonna shoot you?
Your friend last night had some I don't know what he's talking about. Yanko's better than self. Maybe he needs to go jump off a cliff. What
exactly.
the heck?
Who said that shit?
What is going on?
But anyway,
I wasn't here last night. What happened?
That was yesterday. It's
Kofta. So Kofta's my other co-host for the other show, the G2FanCast. I usually try to keep that one kind of like just super condensed. Two people just knocking it out. It's more of a different field, a different type of stream. This was more like, hey, got the guys, I got the beer. It's time to start chilling.
The boys.
Yeah,
the boys.
That's just Gatorade.
The boys.
I am cracking open a cold one with the boys.
Brilliant.
The boys with the shitty opinions on League. There you go. I'm just kidding.
We just those hot takes.
I just want TSM to stop going 2-1 and go 3-0. They beat the team. They beat CLG how they supposed to. They beat TL, but then they get
I need Golden Guardians to beat CLG. I need CLG to be lost so they can get kicked out of the league.
Oh my god.
They need to, honestly.
Oh, by the way, Joe, are you worried yet? Remember that agreement that if CLG finishes at the bottom of the league, Yoda be tacos.
I've been praying for them to get one more win. So they have 2 wins, right? Or they have one.
It's pretty obvious.
To play for them.
Dude,
hey, it's pretty obvious. They're just the worst.
I'll say that, but I'll say this too. I was right about Golden Guardians. They are fucking trash. They are terrible.
Yeah, we all knew they would.
But they're one game better.
I know. Fuck you.
They're one game better, baby.
Oh my god. All right, guys. So Reginald put out a long statement on his Twitter, which linked into another website. He gave his thoughts on the LCS. Let's go over this. So, if you can't work at McDonald's, you can work at Starbucks. Hey, what's wrong working at Starbucks? Hey, I ain't got no problem with that. There's hot ladies that work at Starbucks. I'll read it for you guys right here.
Please.
Andy Din, 4 days ago. My thoughts on the LCS. First, I want to say I went overboard with my comments towards Vulcan. Since then, I've reached out to him personally to apologize. We had a good conversation, and he made it clear that it wasn't taken personally. The thoughts I truly wanted to express were that there are problems with the LCS, and there are, what the fuck? Reginald can't type. With the LCS, and there will be a natural progression to league minimum salaries for players. 3 teams are already significantly making cuts to their LOL budget. I do recognize, however, that my communication was distasteful and offensive. I grew up in a low-income immigrant household and worked many different jobs.
Yeah, here we go.
Let him finish.
Including, as many of you know, Trader Joe's, where right after I quit to become an LOL pro, I have first-hand experience the grind and sacrifices of many, and it's amazing to see what this game and the LCS has done for players, staff, and others today. As everyone knows, I sometimes let my emotions get the best of me. This is a learning lesson for me moving forward. I will work to explain myself in a more clear and professional way when talking about serious topics, especially in a public forum. He said the same thing last time when Lena had her thing with Dardoch. That's the exact same thing you said. Just point it out there. You said you would work on it.
Yep. The whole I grew up in a low-income immigrant household, so that means you just get to be a rude dickhead on the internet? What?
That sounds like an excuse.
All right.
He's just capping out. He's just capped out. That's all we can say for him.
All right, this is a long one. This is a long one, boys. You're in for a run.
Oh,
I read this last night.
Keep going.
I read this last night, and I agree with some things he said. I actually do, because
well, let's hear it.
Okay, let's go. This is a long post, but I am hoping you will read it to the end because it contains a lot of context. There are a lot of nuances to operating an esports team, and I truly want to start thoughtful and meaningful conversations around the LCS. As a former player and a current owner in the LCS, I desperately want to be competitive internationally. Plays Biofrost. Holy shit. My dream is for a team from LCS to win Worlds, and I run TSM with that goal every year. I am frustrated to see our organization's players and fans putting in so much energy and passion every year, and we keep coming up short. If you take a look at the past 5 years, LCS has not been competitive on the world stage, despite the fact that LCS invests as much, if not more, in terms of player salaries, infrastructure compared to most other regions. He later on has this graph, but this graph is kind of doesn't really matter because he's shaving off like 3 other years of the World Championship for the LCS, which takes away, two of Cloud9's, performances where they got to the quarterfinals, and then they also had the group stage in that as well. Plus, it also, for this graph that's wrong, misinterprets his organization as well because TSM got out of group stage of Worlds 2014. So the graph is pretty much useless.
Well, I'll go over that graph later because it is actually important. I would like you to bring it up.
Yeah, because it's important.
Later,
there's some years missing on it, but I like the graph. I think it works pretty well for his case. Right now, it is important to acknowledge that LCS as a region has issues. We are not competitive with other major regions. This is not a problem that we can solve alone, and we will need Riot, the teams, and the community to understand the core problems and work together. He lists, the active player basis for the LCK, LPL, LEC, EU West, LCS obviously being the lowest. And right here after that it says, with regards to the to the point that NA hasn't invested in talent, that notion is false. LCS teams invest just as much in talent development as the teams from the other major regions. After an embarrassing performance at Worlds last year, TSM decided to double our investment for 2021. Other teams in the LCS have similarly increased their level of investment. We are not giving up hope. This year alone, TSM will be investing 8 million USD, of which is solely dedicated to academy, amateur, and other development efforts on not only player salaries, coaches, facilities, etc. And that puts us in the top 10% of spending for all other regions. Other regions have an ocean of talent and natural local interest where businesses beneath pro teams are built as training grounds to develop players with solid viewership and following to support such an ecosystem. For example, even just the LFL, French Regional League, recently hit peak viewership of 190,000 viewers for their matches and eclipses viewership numbers for NA Academy. 63,000 peak viewers, and that's only one regional league among many in Europe, whereas in NA you have the same players qualify for scouting grounds multiple years in a row, and the academy and amateur infrastructure does not have the same level of grassroots support. There has been some NA talent over the last few years to rise to the top, but exceptional talent that can compete at an international level is few and far between. There also isn't the same passion about going pro in league in North America as there is in other regions in North America. More players opt into higher education, collegiate programs, or streaming as an alternative career path. Alternatively, League of Legends is a dominant force in Korea, China, and Europe. Meanwhile, NA players index higher towards console games and FPS games. Looking more specifically at the solo queue, you also notice that NA has another major disadvantage. Players in NA train on a daily basis with higher ping. He lists the ping: Korea 5 to 10, EU 20 to 25, China 10 to 20, NA 60 plus. When strong players from other regions come to NA, they have to train in a higher ping environment and have longer queue times. The ping worsens practice quality as it is actually different from the ping that pros play and compete in during matches. As a former pro player, I know this is a large disadvantage as it creates different muscle memory that does not translate as well to reach matches on LAN. Overall, this means that players have a worse quality of practice against lower quality opponents and are able to practice less frequently. Anybody else want to say anything before I continue?
No,
Yeah,
keep going.
all right.
Everything's true.
All right, so those things are true, but there's something we haven't been known to discuss before. Like, I was confused why he feels a need to use this. Like, is he using this as an add-on to the Vulcan thing?
No, I think this is just a separate topic, though.
Okay.
Keep going, please.
I like to say I do disagree with there isn't as much desire to go pro for good players. Plenty of, like, in North America, if you're a really good player, you would like to go pro. Like,
man, they should choose me. TSM. Nightwing would sound great.
Anyway, keep going. Sorry, I would like to make a note about that. I'll come back to it.
All right. There are some of the difficult challenges that LCS faces, and I believe that changing the import rule as it currently stands would be one of many solutions that can be implemented to help make the LCS more competitive. I do recognize that even if the import rules were changed, LCS would still be at a disadvantage. These problems are not easy to solve and are not as simple as opening a East/West server. There are simply not enough players, which means queue times would be even longer if this approach was taken. Not all regions are created equal, and if the expectation is for the LCS to compete against the other major regions, the LCS needs to find a way to even the playing field. Teams are currently investing at a major loss because we believe in Riot and we want to make our mark on the global stage and prove that the LCS is still a premier league for our fans. When the LCS was at its greatest, CLG versus TSM used to peak at 600k concurrent viewers. Where is it now? If the LCS teams can't perform internationally, I believe that the fans will lose interest over time. Teams will give up on Worlds aspirations and focus on regional competition, leading to drastically lower salaries across the board. This off-season alone, you can see that there are only 4 to 5 orgs that are investing heavily into creating competitive rosters. The other half have already scaled back their investments or have already begun to make this transition towards LCS minimum salaries 75K, since there isn't a reasonable way for them to build world caliber rosters under the current set of restrictions. In addition, there has been some concern that with any change to the rule, there will be less representation of NA talent in the LCS, and it will have an adverse effect on viewership. I don't believe this to be the case, which I agree with myself. First, elite local talent such as Spica, Tactical, Blabber, and Vulcan, and new up-and-coming talent will still find their way onto teams as long as their skill is comparable to their global counterparts. Second, our fans have been incredibly accepting of players such as Bjergsen, Santorin, Jensen, Impact, Core JJ, Perks, Svenskaren, Lustboy, etc. These players have not only elevated the level of the region, but provide compelling narratives that make it easy for fans to cheer for them. The goal shouldn't be to allow LCS teams to pick up the full World Championship roster and field them in the LCS. There should be restrictions on this. However, all teams should be given access to the entire worldwide player base so that all teams have an even playing field to develop talent from. We believe that increasing global competitive strength is more important than indexing solely on local representation for the growth and longevity of the LCS. You guys want to say anything? Or are you good?
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead. I'll say something after you.
Honestly, I pretty much agree with all his points so far. I mean, I don't think he's told a single lie. I think we probably spend the same amount as China, or we probably spend even a little bit more. And we don't have the same level as player base and talent either.
Yeah, well, all right, that's fine. But he said we have the same. We put into the same effort for the development of rookies as any other region. No, they don't, because they don't have the fucking leagues that like Europe has. They just straight don't.
But we have academy in the league under that. Like
that is not the same as like EU Masters. It's just not.
But do we have?
They also have smaller tournaments.
Do we have the same player base?
No, but we do have players who could fill that out. The point is that he's saying that we put in the same effort, and that's just a lie. We're not.
I mean, he's not lying, but Blue has. I mean, forgot your name. He has a point because think about it. Their server sizes, like he read off the numbers last night. It was like 9 million or something for or 70 million for. That's a lot of talent to pick from, and we got what? We're barely picking 900.
Also, there's a problem.
China is so massive. They have multiple servers.
Also, there is an issue with the numbers too, is because if you list all the total players, because what is the top 5% of challenge? Like for leagues in general, the top 5% means you're in challenger, right? Top 10% is like Grandmaster.
Right.
That's even also kind of lower for NA too, because if we have 1 million players, said that's a number he gave out was like 1,400,000 whatever, right? Well, half those players are probably not even gold.
And some of them are alt accounts, even Grandmaster and Challenger too.
Well, hold on. In every single region, I'm pretty sure the average ranking is silver 4.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's worse for NA because we have less players, so that means our numbers are even lower than that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Like comparing our average player to their average player, yeah, that's true. But like a silver player in like Korea or China or Europe is not. Is like that's not better than like probably a plat player over here. Like it's higher, but the difference is not so great.
All right, let's finish up these last 2 paragraphs.
Anyway, go ahead.
So far, this issue has been discussed without nuance in the public. I believe that the import rule discussion has been overblown and the teams, including myself, have communicated poorly. There are solutions and approaches that we can work together to resolve these issues. I do think there is a middle ground where we can loosen up the number of players that can be imported to the amount of time that it takes for them to become residents. Over the last few years, TSM has invested in talent development through our academy and amateur programs, of which a lot are now playing in the LCS and LEC. We have tried to enhance every other aspect of performance within our control by providing a world-class facility, running scouting combines, boot camps in Korea, investing in coaching staff for our LCS and academy programs, and more. Even when implementing best practices from other regions and investing into talent development, the current problems that LCS teams face with our player base and ping issues are too much to be viable internationally. It is now pivotal moment to discuss changing the import rules and also looking for other solutions to even the playing field to see ourselves relegated to the status of a wildcard region. For those who are in favor of maintaining the current rules or even changing them, I'm open to thoughts on how to tackle these problems in order to create a more competitive league in the global ecosystem. So here's what I'll say. All right, so I'm gonna go around the table. I only need one answer, and it's gonna prove my point. I just need to hear the answer. All right, so I'm a Cloud9 fan. Ravioli, Cloud9 fan, right?
Yep.
Blue is a fan of T1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, MS, you're a Fnatic fan, aren't you?
Fnatic C9.
Trackhawk is a C9 fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot G2 for myself. Sorry. Warren, obviously a TSM fan. He also likes Fnatic and SK Gaming, right?
Hey, welcome to Fnatic.
I thought I liked CLG.
Oh God. All right. So so for me, it's really interesting that fans want all this NA talent, yet there are teams in the LCS with NA players right now that people don't go and watch their games. All of you guys have just said you are most of the teams we have just listed here, you guys aren't fans of. You said Cloud9, Fnatic, TSM, T1, other region teams. The teams with NA talent, the fans don't care for their games, and they don't even really interact with those NA players in general. So, like, the most popular orgs are the ones with imports on them. Cloud9, Team Liquid, TSM, 100 Thieves now. But 100 Thieves were kind of popular before that, but nevertheless, right? I think it's generally disingenuous from like most fans here to be like, oh yeah, we want to support North American talent. You support all the bigger teams. You don't support these other Dignitas, Immortals, Golden Guardians, CLG rosters.
Well,
that's so that is such a hypocritical thing, though.
Hold on. To be fair, I'm a C9 fan. I do watch all the games, though.
No, but like you're not a fan of those teams, though. You're a fan of the.
I stopped watching them. It's just not fun to watch. It's
boring.
Well, like, hold on.
Or
you said I don't. You said I don't support them. No, because that's a carryover. From traditional sports. No. I pick one team. Yeah. In a sport.
But you have
except for like football, where I have two teams, AFC and NFC.
But you have sort of like a team that obviously only has like what 2 North American players. The only point I'm trying to bring up is like. Fans want something that they're already not doing, and they already show they don't care for. Like NA Academy. If people really want to care about NA Academy, go watch NA Academy. But people don't. On YouTube, when I watch it on YouTube, it peaks at like, what, 3,000, 4,000 people?
2,000?
Yeah, like Twitch, it peaks at like, what, 63K? I'm just saying, the fans that don't want the rule lifted don't even support the talent we have right now. You know what I mean?
I mean, think about what you just did right there.
I have a thought.
He went around and asked all of us, and none of us listed. We all listed top orgs. We didn't list like
all the orgs.
No one listed.
Okay,
hold
on one second.
Well, to be fair, these people are from a C9 fan group, so the sample size is kind of
FNC.
No,
I mean,
no. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Got to get in here. Okay,
go ahead, Track.
I was not originally a C9 fan. I was originally a Quantic fan. So, yeah. So I 100% agree with what Ravioli is saying, because it is a holdover from traditional sports. You find your team, you stick with your team generally. And while this is a C9 FanCast, I am not above saying I have stuck with C9 through thick and thin. It's not a factor of the fact that they have been.
Doesn't even.
Let him
I don't mean to be rude, but that org doesn't even exist anymore. Like that's like saying curse gaming and like.
No, Quantic became Cloud9.
C9.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Quantic was the original Academy roster. and they ended up being bought or converting basically to Cloud9.
Cloud9, yeah, I forgot that story. Yeah, so it's like, but that's like kind of, I mean, in the sense you stayed with the same org, so it doesn't really, it just changed. Just like when what's his name?
That doesn't change.
Well, hold on, one second. The point what I'm trying to say, is the guy that owns G2. He changed the name, but it's still G2. It was a different name. I forgot what it was. So just you stick with the same org. You didn't change. It just got better over the years. So I don't know if
except it didn't. I've stuck with C9 through and through. I've stuck with C9 through and through, and I think a lot of people are like that. I think the people who support Dignitas are the ones that have stuck with Dignitas through thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
We had the CLG Have Faith. We had the TSM series of we've had the TL Dynasty. We've had all of these great organizations, and I personally am of the opinion that it's not so much the top organizations are the ones that people support. I think it's more a factor of, if you look at the top organizations, they're currently the ones that, frankly speaking, have either been around the most, invested the most initially, and therefore have a history of success. And so more new fans are gravitating towards them. The old guard, the people who, stuck around for Dignitas, who stuck around for Taipei, or who stuck around when, FlyQuest was first getting started, when High was, involved with that. All of those guys are not. I feel like there's a disconnect between what people think fans are trying to support. Fans, well, there's a lot of fans who are like, oh, I only support an individual player. I think the people who are actually supporting the teams themselves are more of the traditional sports side, where you have your team and you don't fucking deviate from that team for whatever stupid loyalty you have. It's like
Right. We call those people who jump teams bandwagoners. They're looked at. Yeah, they're looked down upon in the sporting world.
The initial point. The initial point I wanted to bring up was that none of you listed any orgs that have any.
Exactly.
That's my point.
Can I make a point really quick?
Yeah. The point I was trying to make was that none of you have listed any team on here that has any NA players beside. Well, like Cloud9 has like 2, TSM have like the 1. Technically, Speaker, he's actually from here. It's like most of the fans are not supporting the orgs with the traditional NA players. Even right now, who watches Golden Guardian games outside of us because we have to talk about it? Like, come on.
Nobody.
Like, let's be honest here.
What about FlyQuest?
People watch FlyQuest.
What about FlyQuest?
Yeah, but sorry, S, go. What did you want to say?
But my thing is though, think about it. Like, the last 2 years, ever since franchise, only really 5 orgs have mattered. Like, after the 5 orgs, if you've seen viewership numbers, they drop like a fly, bro. Like, no one cares about the other 5 orgs. Like, as long as you have TSM, C9, TL, and FlyQuest, 100 Thieves, the other 5 teams are irrelevant as fuck. But let's not even joke around. If you ask a casual fan, they'll probably say they watch those 5 teams and the other 5. Because I've seen the viewership numbers for the other 5. Like,
that's pathetic.
They're like the 1/4 version of the other 5.
So teams with a big fan base, we list off C9, TL, TSM, 100 Thieves, CLG. They're terrible, but they still have a large fan base. They do.
I think their fan base is
and FlyQuest. They still exist.
CLG is hard. I would say CLG is a hard stretch, but I'm pretty sure they still have a decent amount of fans that are.
But isn't that what we're seeing in every? Isn't that what we're seeing in every region though? Like,
not
realistically.
No.
I'm sorry.
How many Shell K fans are there?
Let me just go through last week. This is a drop in the week. We can argue the semantics, but let's just go through 4 days ago, EU LCS's view totals on just like the VODs for the different games. G2 versus Fnatic, just shy of 20k views. Nobody else broke 5k. Nobody else broke 4k views. Fnatic and G2 are essentially the big 2 teams, and whoever they're playing against.
That's like the biggest rivalry in League of Legends the last few years.
Well, sure, but the point is, G2 and Fnatic are essentially the only 2 teams that matter in EU. How many people?
I would say Rogue has gotten up there over the last year, actually 2 years. So,
But they don't.
But they don't have the fan base.
Just like legacy.
I mean, they're starting to like. I mean, I wouldn't say that they're starting to get a fan base.
Yeah, so that's so 5K views, concurrent views during the games, right?
No.
Yeah.
Those are VODs.
For the VODs,
for the VODs.
The
well, I'm looking.
Live numbers are fucking.
We're insane. All right. Well, here's the thing. Let's see. Epic Skill Shot VOD library for esports, and 100 Thieves versus Golden Guardians. That's 58K. So it seems like NA is kicking the shit out of EU as far as people watching the VODs.
Well, EU viewership has been averaging almost 800K.
No,
live.
So there's probably probably separate the two. If you're talking about VODs on YouTube, it's gonna depend. Most people are probably gonna watch the NA VODs more. If you're talking about live viewership, also about specifically live viewership too.
Yeah,
live viewership LEC has been. I'm pretty sure they've been winning.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I don't actually watch the shit live. I wait for an hour after the game's over and avoid like the spoilers for the match, and then I go watch VODs because guess what? I can fast forward through if there's a pause in the game, I can just fast forward through that. I can fast forward through the first 3 minutes of the game, and, when they're just standing around, unless there's a play. Level 1. It's more convenient to watch it through VODs, and a lot of people do that.
No, I'd say like 90% watch it live, bro. At least.
So I feel like this gets more into like EU versus NA viewership, because unless it's a big event, NA or just North America in general will generally have lower viewership. The exception is always just your big fucking events like the Super Bowl and things like that. EU is substantially better for live viewership, but they're worse for VODs. So I feel like what we're kind of experiencing here is EU and NA, I've always felt they have this power trough, this power funnel of like, you have your top tier teams and nobody can really fuck with them because they've got such an advantage over top of everyone else. And especially since there isn't a salary gap, NA basically can just throw money at whatever fucking player that they so desire. And so you get this massive assembly of, your top 3, top 5 teams. And in EU, it's even worse because while they do invest in new players, unless that new player is literally perks levels of just god tier, they just get swallowed up by the bottom tier teams.
Also, this is the thing too.
I had a thought.
Yeah.
Yep.
So maybe there's a way to have our cake and eat it too here. What if we lifted the import rule, allowing the teams to import as much as they want, but maybe apply financial incentives for teams to have more NA players? And if they do that and it's worth it, NA teams could do things like maybe they could send them, if they're really talented, to play in youth leagues in say Europe or Korea. That could be a thing we could look at doing.
On that?
To send your players if they're really talented to play in those leagues. If the import rule's lifted and there's a player from North America who's very talented who could play in other regions, other regions might actually do it. Why not? If the player's really good and he plays in your region and he performs and he proves he can perform with the players in your region, why not look at it?
The problem is there's no incentive for those other regions because Europe develops its own time.
No, but like this is what I wanted to bring up with the whole Europe thing. Even though Europe does, even like Europe does develop its talent and shit like that, do any of those like European Masters rosters play on the main stage?
No.
The issue here is like they develop them, but like how many of those players actually come up? Like in terms of like all of them they have like.
The academy viewership is really good too now. Like I've seen the viewership things for them; they're really good.
Right. Also, I just feel like the answer is trying to do both: lift the import rule, but also set up some systems.
Try it a small way. Try a small way. How about instead of 2 imports, push it to 3? See how that works. Kick it up to 3. I don't know why it can't be 3 anyway.
Hold on. What about 4? You have to have one NA player, not visa, not through. They can't just get residency over time. They have to be born
It's like 100 Thieves
in North America.
It's like with DeMonte, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, I
Why
don't
not?
think. Okay, so I personally don't care for the import rule. My problem is that we don't have. I think the other regions, like these kids are like being scouted at like 14, 13, and then they're going into these leagues. Whereas we don't even have anything in high schools or in college, or colleges are starting to. But if we want to get these players, because let's be honest, not every kid is a basketball player, football player, whatever. But maybe they're a great League of Legends player, and they can get a scholarship and go to and that school can now get sponsors, and then you got something there. I think once if you build up, the thing is, you have to have a farm system and I keep gonna preach it because I don't think the import rule is the issue. Because think about it, no EU team is gonna be like, hey, I want to take I don't know, I want to take Neo for my ADC. They're not gonna do it. Even if the import rules lift, they're not gonna take a Neo over there to be their ADC.
Hey,
so that makes us look like an idiot.
Fnatic imported Niski.
Well, right.
I'm just kidding.
right. But hold on. As it is now, here's the thing, though. If North American players, like the really talented ones, get better development early, like that, say this is going to take some time, but say there's a 16-year-old player who's a phenom in North America, but our just development system isn't that great. But everyone recognizes, wow, this kid's really talented. You send him over to Europe to play EU Masters. He has better development. And there are certainly some teams in Europe at the bottom who would be like, yeah, we're willing to take a risk on this kid.
Personally, I think Riot should do something with ESL to allow more tournaments, to have more leagues for to bring up these players, to build up more. Because we're losing, like you mentioned. I think at some point you mentioned about like the viewership. Don't get me wrong, I'm a TSM fan, but I'll be like, okay, you know what? I root for when I see the EU players play. Like when I saw Misfits play in 2017, they looked like they want to win. Like they didn't care. Like you could see it in the players. Like I don't get that same feeling. Maybe C9 does it here or there, but they've only got one semifinal. But like you don't see the passion, and it's like they really put in the pride for their players too.
Hold on. I think it'd be a mistake to question the pride and the desire to win for professional athletes, right? I guarantee you go ask any player on any team if every game they give it their all to win, they're going to say yes. You don't get good at literally anything to a professional level without having an insane drive to win. It just doesn't happen.
Well, there's
I understand that, but like look at our stats. Even I can't talk because TSM went 0-6. Well, but because I'm not gonna discard that. But look, we've always end 3-3, right? We barely get out. We always go 3-3, break even. EU always gets two teams out. Granted, it's G2 and Fnatic, so because let's be honest, they're the two teams that get out most of the time. And even then, before years ago, G2 was the TSM of never getting out of groups. People brush that to the side, but I won't go on that route too.
Look, do you actually want to know why EU gets teams out? Why Fnatic and G2 get out of group stages and NA teams struggle? The reason is because EU has basically troughed every single one of their best players into two teams. There is no other team.
That's my
no
point,
other team in EU that can actually get out of groups. I'm 100% confident.
But that's what I just said, though. I said it's G2 and Fnatic only.
That's a problem for the region.
That's a problem for their region. The problem is it looks bad for NA because we have a top 5 teams. We have 5 teams that are relatively competitive against each other, and the top players are spread across multiple teams. We don't have a G2 where it is definitively best. Arguably, G2 has every single top 1 player for their position in every single role.
Can I ask you a question, Track?
Sure.
Would you agree that all the members of G2 collectively said we want to be on this team together? Because I'm going to say yes, that Perks, Yankos, Mickey X,
They didn't.
They won a championship.
They wanted to be on the same team, but they did not actually actively seek out and go and try and get all of these different players onto the same team.
The orgs.
But I'm saying once they got together, because G2's been outside of Perks leaving.
Well, sure, of course. But what player is going to be dumb enough to be like, oh man, I'm on the team with literally the best players in every single position.
Right.
If I'm fucking up, I don't need to worry because there are literally 4 other players on my team who will 1v9 the entire fucking map.
Well, G2 just has the best Western players ever born on the same team.
Right. Okay, but here's the thing: you say once they're on the team, they're like, "Yeah, we want to play together. We want to win championships." Yeah, of course they do. That's every single team in every single sport ever. That's camaraderie. Like, if you're a coach and you don't facilitate that feeling within your players on your team, you're failing as a coach.
Yeah.
Here's my thing.
Listen.
Yeah.
My bad. No, I was gonna say. The thing is, G2 doesn't even use their coach as a coach. Perks were saying they just coached each other because they're so much better at the game than their coach.
He's probably just a mediator, but that's fine because you don't want.
Yeah, no, how Grabs is useless.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to say was, in terms of when like NA or just most org owners in any region talk about development and things like that, who are these people developing these players though? These people are never mentioned, though they claim they're developing players. Who is doing that though?
100 Thieves next.
No. I'm
that's a big one.
No, I'm talking about the actual staff that develops these players. Like, which coaches are they picking out? What specials are they picking out?
We don't know.
We should know that.
We don't know.
We should know that. We should know that.
For like Cloud9, for Cloud9, I have to assume it's like the assistant coaches, right?
Like West Rice,
who are going through. Yeah, West Rice and they probably they also have additional people in the organization.
No, but we should know their names. Coaches. Though. Like we should.
Hold on. Do we actually, as fans, do we actually need to know that?
If you're talking specifically on the development aspect, because when you say you're developing a player, right? If I don't know who's developing these players, because Revenge said on one of the shows with Dongs, he wasn't coached at all, not developed at all, and the teams claim that they've been developing talent. Who's been doing that though? Because they've been doing a really bad job. So that's why we might not be getting a lot of North American players, because if the people in charge are not developing them properly, you're not going to get a good North American player at all. They're just like, hey, go out in the fucking wild to get eaten by wolves or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Well, my big thing is,
on the academy.
No, I was gonna say, you know how you guys keep talking about player base and stuff? The thing is the other regions have a 500 ladder challenge ladder, while we have a 200 and have multiple servers each, while we can barely have one. China has like 20 servers, man. Europe has 2. 50% of Korean gamers play League, and we can barely fill up one server. Think about that.
Well, sure, our player base is smaller.
Yeah.
So then where are we supposed to get the extra talent?
Yeah, hold on. Comparing us to China is not fair. China has roughly
China's the biggest region in the world.
Too, man. Even
China's also
twice our player base.
Yo, hold on, but China has literally like what, a quarter or a fifth of the number of people on the planet?
Yeah, but
like that's just not.
Point where I just named every other region has more than one server. Most of the country damn near plays. Even Vietnam has twice our.
Oh, I forgot Vietnam has a big server too. Yeah, you're right.
I'm waiting for the India region to pop out of nowhere and just destroy everyone.
It's. I think what you're trying to touch on is the fact that NA doesn't have as big of a player base, and therefore we do have a smaller pool of players from which to pick from, as compared to China and compared to Korea. I 100% agree with that. In regards to the CLG the Academy development rosters, though, there are some rosters that legitimately are trying to basically act as a farm for not only their LCS, but also for the other teams. And you can tell which ones they are because they always have a veteran player on the team as well as a half-decent coach. So in the perfect example, the best Academy team example for development is going to be C9 Academy. They've got Darshan in the top lane. Anyone who says that Darshan is washed in LCS is 100% right, Does that make him a terrible player to have around rookies? Absolutely fucking not. The guy is literally textbook. And then in the head coach position, you have West Rice, former LCS head coach. You have literally like LCS experience coaching these Oceanic and NA NA players, and we time and time again see the C9 Academy roster basically get almost entirely drafted into the LCS. So while I agree that the NA talent pool is small, I also don't agree with Reginald saying that they are doing everything they possibly can. No, they're not. If they were, then TSM's Academy roster would be just as successful as C9's Academy roster.
Well, the thing is, most of the NA ladder is just alts.
Yeah, but Riot needs to be accountable too. Like, you're telling me you can't, like, how long the game's been out where they can't add another server? The players...
we can barely fill one server. How are we going to get a different server?
No, but the players are complaining about, like, the pros.
The ping.
Like,
it's a big issue.
The ping. Okay, for instance, this is not a deal with NA. I watch Wicked, right? He normally has a 32.
Damn, what a throwback, dude. Holy shit.
I watch him for top lane. He grinds. He said he noticed when his ping went up, he even said in his stream, it's not fun. I don't like it because his ping was like normal, like 20 to 30 max, and it jumped up to 40. If a guy like that who's playing can say that, and he's on a lower ping, and then a person on NA is like, we're on 70 or 60 ping, it matters. Like, you gotta accommodate the players.
What?
No, I 100% agree.
And I had good internet.
How do we fix it? No, I mean, the thing is, NA is just so
that's because
big,
that's because the server is now in Chicago. Because if you move the server back to North America, where it was originally at when I first started playing, we were playing like 20 ping. It hurts the West Coast people in playing. It's more like if NA takes the server back, then it hurts the East Coast people. It's like, I don't really know. They're gonna have to do something about that because the most constant issues is the ping. That's the constant issue that people always bring up. It's not even just talent development. How about the ping, if that's better? Because what Vulcan also said was that even if you bring the entire damn one roster over, doesn't matter if they're playing on 60 ping. They're not going to be able to,
What they need
Hi,
to do...
Ravioli. We can hear you now.
Hey, I'm back. Hey. So if they want to actually fix the ping problem, it's really simple. It's going to cost some money, but don't fucking tell me that you don't have money, Tencent. All right, what you do...
Exactly.
What you do, you make 4 servers. One in Baltimore, one in Florida, one in the middle of the country, probably Austin, and another one in California. That covers enough ground that everyone who plays with a good internet connection will have around a 15 to 20 ping.
But then our player base will be even more split.
I mean,
we're going to make sacrifices, dude. Sometimes you got to make...
No, I'm saying, think about it.
Otherwise, you're just allowing the problem to exist and then complaining about it.
No, but I'm saying, think about it. Most of the pros play in California, right? Then most of the good players, all the good solo queue will end up in California, and the rest of the U.S.
What about my boys in Australia, like Blue? Blue's playing in Australia. He's good. He can go pro. He can go on TSM, right?
Right. Yeah, so, okay.
You need massive...
So I'm the replacement.
To have more than one server.
You see me replacing Uni next year.
Oh, by the way, it's getting heated in this fucking podcast this time. Holy shit.
I just think
I love it. The spice.
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to do if there's only 100,000 players on one server and 20,000 on the other?
I'll take that.
Nothing. Give the players the option. Give everyone the option in North America to choose the server they connect to.
So it's just the same problem again. Then all the talents end up in a different server with higher ping.
No. Because you can if you want to play with lower ping, you can choose your server that you're closest to experience the least amount of ping.
And the issue also here is
if you want to play against all the best players who happen to be coagulating in one spot, okay, yeah, sure, connect to the Cali server. That's your prerogative.
But the issue,
Challenger. If in the Midwest, I'd be fucking Challenger. Because there's no pros in the Midwest.
No, everybody says that, dude. You probably would still be in like plat, like maybe silver. We all would.
No, but I'm saying, let's just say high gold. If you divide the NA region even more, it's gonna be worse.
But with that solution, it's like you're fucked if you do, you're fucked if you don't. You gotta do something.
I think
you have to do something. We can't just magically fucking pop out fucking 3 million extra babies all at once to be fucking League of Legends players.
I get women. I get women around here. Time to go have sex with some girls. See you guys later.
NA has like the lowest population of all major regions, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the prevailing problem.
Then becomes then when you divide it, you're gonna make the pool smaller and smaller.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, but we already have a pool problem.
But if you don't do anything about that, the server and the ping. Well,
no,
we're already at a disadvantage.
No, because you can still connect. You can still connect to the other servers. But if you have good enough internet, you're
ping issues, bro. What?
It's right, by your own choice. It also makes the game better for people. People also not considering that the game makes the game more enjoyable.
Right now.
I'm also getting cut off. It's fine. I follow what's going on. Basically, if we had that number of servers, if we had 4 different servers for the majority of the professional players to basically pick and choose whatever server is going to be close enough so that they have, the 20 or 30 millisecond ping that European players have. The problem is we would be splitting essentially a pool of Grandmaster players, which is, potentially around 500 to 1,000 players. We would be splitting it across, not to mention the pro scene. So maybe tack on another couple hundred. We'd be splitting that few number of players across how many servers you say? 4?
You said 4.
So, we could do 2 though.
4
we could do 2
you could have
to reduce the issue.
East and West server would be fine.
Basically, I get what you're saying. I think it would just be. I almost feel like at some point we should just move away from the public doesn't actually need. The vast majority of the 70 million players or however many fucking people actually still play this goddamn forsaken game don't need that low of ping. Straight up.
Yeah, you should only have that.
If you're gold, you're bad because you're bad. You're not that great. You're not that great at the game. Well, gold is above average. So you're not a pro because you have 40 ping. You're not a pro because you're just not talented enough.
Maybe
I'm a gold service. Yeah. You could do that. Actually, you could just have the mecca of League of Legends be Chicago instead of California.
Well,
that's what I would do.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you put the pros where the ping's low so that they can play better.
Yeah. And then that way, if you're Grandmaster, it sucks if you have to log on to the Cali server. But frankly speaking, the only person who's going to complain is me up in Canada. And even then, it's like, oh no, 70 ping.
Yeah, that could be a thing. Hold on. 3. Or then
still get scouted on a professional team with high ping.
Honestly, to improve the game for everyone in North America, let's do 3 servers. All right, 1 in Lower California, 1 in Chicago, and 1 in Canada. Maybe like Toronto or something.
Yeah. The point is, I get. Sorry, what?
Yeah, they have the money. They absolutely have the money.
No. I'm saying. Think about it this way. Let's think about it this way. Then you basically make the region even weaker than it already is, man. Let's just put that.
Okay, so hold on. Let me ask. What would you do, S? Because if you don't do anything, we're just getting fucked no matter what. You can't just do nothing, though.
Yeah, but your solution is making it worse, though. In a sense.
No, I don't agree.
No,
I don't agree.
No.
My solution also makes the game better for the average Joe who's playing, which is 99.999% of the player base. Most people aren't pros.
Okay.
Most people aren't even gold.
I think another thing too is they need to promote the game, like straight up. That's right. You need to promote the game to get more people to play.
Yeah,
like
if
you have
how many people in Canada drop the game because they're experiencing 60 ping because there's not a server anywhere near them?
Like,
I mean, I can't speak for myself because and I have a problem.
Right, but there's probably a lot of people who drop the game because they can't get a good connection. If you make more servers, yes, you're splitting up your player base a little bit, although people have the option to select a different server to still play on that server, but it allows people who don't care about going pro, just increasing the player base, to actually play the game more comfortably. So maybe they stick with it because what they input actually matters.
Oh, I forgot.
And
I forgot this
console
too.
heavy though.
But I forgot this too. We also forgot.
They also have a heavy PC player base. That is a misnomer. There are so many PC gamers in the United States. Yes, we're more console heavy because
consoles are more easy and accessible. That's just
because they're easier and accessible. But that doesn't change the fact that there's still a ton of PC gamers, and PC gamer population is going up. PC gaming is getting more popular in North America, not less.
So, like, what else? Yeah, I forgot to mention this earlier. The actual solo queue is terrible with how people just run it down consistently. Fucking, it's not even just griefers.
That's a toxicity problem.
Yeah, like
that's toxic. I mean, it happens in most regions. Like, I've seen it. It's honestly
everywhere.
Like, I'm telling you,
it's common.
Like, for instance, I think Riot needs to go to like high schools and promote their game. Like,
that's true.
Well, there's a problem. There's a giant problem,
which is
with getting high school kids involved in semi-professional League of Legends. It's because of the precedent set by the NCAA with high school and college students making money from playing sports. Currently, it's not allowed in the United States by the NCAA rules. If there's a high school / college circuit, it's going to go through the NCAA. Make no mistake about it. And that's something we also have to deal with, because if you're not making any money from playing professional or semi-pro, that's going to hurt your development of players as well.
So then they need to make a league above academy, and that make a league above
absolutely.
academy. Honestly,
there is so many issues.
With
like
goddamn country, damn Americans.
Reginald plucked like a few things from it, but there's just so many issues just overall.
Yeah,
with North American. Sorry, what?
Yes.
Is it fixable at this point, do you think?
No. I don't even think imports are going to make that big of a difference too. I mean, they will. Well, they will, but they're not going to be like it still be a few years.
Imports are not going to be the end all be all. I agree with him. Imports have elevated the region. If anybody denies that, you're disillusioned from reality.
Yeah, of course.
But to be fair, like there's only so many Perks's, Bjergsons, Jensens out there. It's not going to fix the whole thing.
Well, imports also have stunted the growth of North American talent, probably. There's no way to actually prove that conclusively. Bad scouting, but also bring in imports incentivizes people not to play rookies and incentivizes them to sign an import for their weakest slot. So, like, if you have a team and you go to the next year, what are you going to do? You're going to sign a rookie if you have an import slot available, or are you going to go over and sign an import? You're going to sign an import.
I personally believe the owners have never believed in the NA talent pool. I think that's the obvious reason why.
Right, they haven't. But the thing is, that we have players in the region right now who are young, like Blabber and Spica, who are proving that they can be among the best players in the region. In Blabber's case, probably actually the best player in the region, being an NA talent among imports.
I just personally don't want a token NA player just because they feel like they would have to have one. Like, if he's just not good enough, he's just not good enough,
No. But here's the thing. One player on a team, there's enough good NA players to fill out one on a team.
5 good NA players, bro.
Hey, you're having it on Golden Guardians right now, aren't you? With the 4 NA players you got on there?
I'm
sorry. Better
superstar players.
Better than CLG.
CLG has 3 NA players. Hey, Finn's one of the best top laners right now. I'm just saying.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because he's on CLG. That doesn't matter at all. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it about what Reginald said. I mean, I agree with him. I don't think viewership will go down if we have import players. You know how many people were fucking getting harder over Perks coming over? Fans don't know what the fuck they want. Fans are just stupid. But then again, what are you going to do?
In closing, closing, and I'm going to go ahead and bring up the say, should we develop NA players or should we remove the import rule? The Taco Commercial girl. Why not both?
Hey,
why not both?
You can have your cake and eat it too. I still think you can get imports while developing NA talent. Though, will they do it?
Yes.
I can't make this. I can't predict the future like that. I can't say whether they will or won't do that. That
is the correct answer. And if teams see that rookies are progressing this year, which they are,
oh my god,
that they're worth investing in. They're worth investing in.
I can't believe I didn't think about this. Even if you get like 5 Korean players, who's to say they're gonna win the LCS? They had, I mean, LMQ didn't win a title when they were brought together. They barely made it to Worlds. Ruler, I mean, like if
Crown, Crown.
Or yeah,
remember
like just
Crown.
Yeah, people have to realize that just having Korean players or Chinese players doesn't automatically guarantee you success. It's all about how you also develop those players as well. So
right. I actually going to bring this up. You brought like drive to win, like you download the drive to win. I don't think it's that. I think it's more of a confidence thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think once NA players get to Worlds, they play below how good they are because they just lack the confidence to go, oh god, here we go. These players.
Except they were overconfident.
Oh my god.
Huh?
It depends, man.
I thought you were gonna say something else, and then I thought you were saying that they get overconfident.
Oh, I don't know.
No,
man.
they lack confidence.
See, it could be. See, for me personally, since I watch the other regions too, it depends because it could be lack of confidence. But to be fair, the reason why, because fans try to bring this up a lot every single time Worlds happens because they think people are biased. The reason why most NA teams are power ranked to be like 10th in the world is because they're just not good enough. And if you watch global play, like I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys do, you kind of watch the other regions to a certain extent. They're just not good enough. They really aren't. It's not because some people are biased towards China or Korea. Like, who are you? If you had to choose between like 5 teams, like some of the best teams right now, before we get to MSI in 2021 later on this year, you're not going to put any NA teams in the top 5. I'd imagine you wouldn't because you're actually not watching League at that point because they're just not that good.
If it was last year,
top 8.
Well, hold on. If Cloud9 actually got to go to MSI last year after the super dominant split, they might have been ranked in the top 5. To be completely honest,
was so overrated last year. The NA was a shit show last year. Let's not go overboard here.
Well, let's not go into that conversation because here's the thing: they were just playing they just weren't playing as well as they were in summer as they were in spring. They were confident and they were executing.
Spring was the worst split of any I've ever seen, man. And you cannot tell me otherwise. And that gameplay in that split was something else. Like,
right, but I could also.
I've seen worse. I've definitely seen worse.
I've seen worse.
Also, just because the competition wasn't as good as they could have been in previous years. Here's the thing: their competition not being as good doesn't affect like their rotations. Their CSing and lane.
It's the team who actually knows what they're doing.
This is what this is what I say to those people. Hey, man, that sounds like a personal problem to me. That I can't have like Cloud9's issues of playing well are their own, and if another team decides to not play good, that's not Cloud9's fault. You're not playing good. That has nothing to do with them. I go into a game wanting to win. If your team decides to pick Janna mid, cleanse, flash, fucking start running it down on me. Janna 80 carry, let's go. All right, so the LCS 2021 spring split week 4 was concluded, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, we had some match of the weeks that were really disappointing. Oh my god, they were really disappointing. These were match of the weeks.
Oh yeah.
As long as TSM goes 2-1, I don't care.
So I only took notes on like the first day of games, but I actually have look at this. Look at these double-sided pages of notes. Dude, I go hard for this podcast. I bleed. There's blood on this paper.
I pay you. Well, fuck you guys. I pay you all good money. Get the fuck out of here. And I pay with women too.
Okay.
I actually
paid.
You get paid for being on here. You get paid in exposure.
Even TL versus TSM. Even TL versus TSM. I have some notes about good things that happened in that game. Specifically, what was it? Oh yeah, 28 minutes to 29:30. I'm talking about I noted Huni made a great play to go pick off Jensen in order to create an advantage for TSM versus TL.
Yeah, y'all remember when at the start of the split, I was like, you know what? I can see a world where Huni, legitimately actually is a good player.
Well.
And yet everyone was like, "Oh, come on, man! Oh no.
Oh no!"
I did say it depends. Is this the year that he blows up?
I can vouch for myself too. I said that Pooney needs to either be good because there's Haunter waiting in the background and he wants to play. That's what I know. I definitely said that. I'm pretty sure everybody else said he's hot garbage, which is fine. Okay. But I know I said that for sure because he has something to prove.
I'll fully say that. He did start off rocky, but Pooney has turned into a legitimately solid top laner. And
here's Go. Oh, here's another note. I said, this was good play in that game. The early ganks by TL onto TSM in order to get that early bot lane advantage. They committed to that, and they had good ganks, and it worked out.
Their current, best win condition.
So currently, the standings are.
Right, I'm just saying they had
the
ganks themselves. The plan was good. Like, they had good play in them. It's just they also had throws by players, specifically like Sword Art, getting caught, what was it, right before Dragon Soul. Yeah. Like, that's a throw. But there was also good play in the game. I thought the game was exciting, to be completely honest.
All right.
I liked it.
So the current standings for the LCS 2021 Spring Split are Cloud9 sit at the top at 10-2, 100 Thieves and TSM tied at 8-4. Dig is tied with Evil Geniuses and Team Liquid at 7-5. Immortals sit alone at 5-7. FlyQuest 4-8. CLG at 2-10, and Golden Guardians at 2-10. Whew.
I forgot. Yeah, CLG won a game. It's a tight race.
It's a tight race.
Oh
my god!
Did CLG win, or did who was it that they were playing against? It was wasn't it? Was it FlyQuest or Immortals?
It was.
I remember
they played Dig.
What?
They played against Dig.
Dig lost.
Yeah, it was. So
Dig.
Was it so much that CLG won, or Dig just
forgot how to win?
Forgot how to win. Holy shit!
Finn got to,
and you finish off. Yeah. All
right. So let's cover our top 3 organizations because let's be honest here, you guys don't give a fuck about the other guys. I'm just being completely honest here.
I care. Hold on. There's 4 teams to talk about it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
C9, 100 Thieves, TL, and TSM.
Yeah.
So we don't give a fuck about the other guys.
EG is also worth it.
I love EG.
5.
Okay, let's just say EG. All right. So FlyQuest, you're fucking trash. IMT, you're just worse. All right, okay, no, I'm all the bottom teams are so bad, and oh my god. All right, so let's go over the most interesting talking point from Reddit was 100 Thieves, and are they actually that good, or do they just have better players that cover up a lot of their mistakes? What do you guys think about 100 Guardians? 100 Guardians. Holy shit!
All right, so 100 Thieves, no, they are a good team. They have good macro play. They have good players. And they just play well cohesively as a team. I think they're actually good. I don't think they're like maybe top 3 good at this point because I think just TSM. I am finally buying in. Yes, TSM is good.
Oh no! Oh no!
But they're number 3.
Martin's gonna have an orgasm, guy. Like, what?
Oh man, this is the same.
But they're number 3. They're number 3. I just like to dunk on TSM because it gets their jimmies rustled.
Oh my god,
that's fair.
But no, yeah. So no, TSM's probably number 3 with Cloud9 being number 1, and I still don't buy TL being with the record they have now.
I think TL's just smoking something right now.
I think TL's gonna get better.
Dude.
Yeah, there's no way. Like as soon as playoff hits, they're going to make it to the finals.
You see all those hot ladies on like the Team Liquid fucking YouTube page? Jensen's got to be having a threesome with some of these bitches about how he's playing, dude. He's playing bad. This is Jensen's worst split so far. He's been running it down.
He's never played this bad. He really. I don't know what he's on right.
Honestly, like I was always questioning Santorin, and I feel like he has not performed even remotely close to
same
what
here.
Needed.
Hey, you guys were dick suck. Hey, you guys were dick sucking.
So I have a question about that.
Then
I have a question. Is it because Power of Evil made him look good? Then
Power of Evil makes all his junglers look good. Come on.
No. I think I have a theory of why Jensen's slumping.
Sure. No, I personally put it more into Santorin does not fit the play style of TL, and we kind of talked about this a little bit. I was always like, okay, look, X Smithy is like the quintessential, I am going to make sure that you succeed jungler. Like, yeah, he had carry performances, but more than anything, he just covered for his laners so fucking good. Santorin
and he had really good fundamentals. Dude, I am beside myself that Xmithy does not have a job, because it's not like the last spit he played poorly.
I think it's more just like because
because Immortals was bad, they're like, oh well, Xmithy, you're done.
No, remember the reports saying he used to get drunk before games and shit, and he wasn't really going.
When was that?
I mean, he's almost 30.
Reports from whom?
There was something about that.
Xmithy used to drink the night before games and go to bars.
Oh, the night? The night? Okay, hold on. They say drinking. What does that mean? Is that like 4 beers?
Drunk,
no, like
before like 3 o'clock the next day.
Not really
he might have been getting drunk anymore. He might have been, getting drunk and sucking off double it for how many ganks he was getting down there.
Hold on, that is a correctable behavior though. Like you can cite him with and you put in the contract. You are not allowed to drink the night before games. If you do so, you forfeit, like say, this amount of money from your contract.
So
but here's my Jensen thing. You think some of his competitive spirit died when Bjergsen retired? Because it was always Jensen versus Bjergsen, and Bjergsen was kind of his biggest rival.
No. I think mid lane rivalries have been supplanted by top lane rivalries. I think right now we're seeing a lot of like focus on top lane matchups, like Someday versus Finn, or Someday versus Huni. Just that's the sexy matchups now.
No. My point was like Jensen always had like a laser focus on being Bjergsen. Like ever since he came to the LCS, he always wanted to beat Bjergsen. He
definitely did better than him internationally.
And now he's getting dunked on by everyone else.
Hey. No, that's what I'm saying. I think maybe when Bjergsen retired, Jensen kind of lost his like goal.
Well, I don't know, because
I would not say that.
We gotta factor this into. They are playing, on the same PC they're jacking off from, so it might not be the same motivation. I'm just saying, like for Team Liquid. I mean, you guys were dick sucking Santorin. I said he's not gonna bring.
Whoa! Hey, I was not on his.
No, not you. I'm saying like what I was saying before we came into this LCS 2020 Spring Split. Santorin's not a carry jungler to bring them to the next level. He's literally just another Xmithy that would cover for mid lane. He's not really an upgrade.
Except worse than Xmithy.
Except worse than Xmithy. Definitely tries much harder.
I'm just saying right now, if Team Liquid had Dardoch, they'd be a whole lot better. Come on, like we're not gonna do that right now, are we?
God, it sounds so weird to say, but
would be way better with Dardoch.
Dardoch is legitimately a top 3 jungler right now.
Legitimately playing better because they're basically just like, okay, we're just gonna do whatever the fuck we feel like, and so, hey Dardoch, what do you want to do? Oh, Alistar jungle? Yeah, sure, fuck it, let's go for it.
All right, no. Here's the reason. Here's the reason why Dardoch's playing so well. Dardoch was touted as a young superstar, right? And his mechanical skill is still very good. We're just in the carry jungle meta. It's just that's what it is, and it lets him shine.
Right.
Like this is the perfect storm for Dardoch.
So before we move on to the predicting the matches this week, because we have 2 really good match of the weeks that we're
going to
preview. Yes. All right. So who is your guys's current mid-season LCS 2021 Spring Split MVP?
There's only one choice. There's only one choice. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Blabber. It's Blabber.
It's Blabber.
Mine is between Blabber and Dardoch.
Ooh,
Blabber. Okay. But here's the thing.
Are we talking
Blabber?
about,
because remember, MVP doesn't mean best player. I'm just saying, if Dardoch was not on Dignitas, they would be fucking dog shit. Let's be honest here. They would not be this good.
The league has not followed that logic, though.
The hardest, or are we talking about the best player?
Both are relevant.
Because Dardoch's done, like, Blabber might, have a backpack in some of these games, but it's not like his team is playing dog shit and legitimately just trying to throw around him. To be honest, Cloud9 plays, like, if Blabber gets ahead, Cloud9 is more than happy to be like, all right, I guess we're playing around Blabber this game. Dardoch legitimately has been like fucking working out. He's at the gym like 4 or 5 days a week, and he's just putting in the time to make sure that his team, whether they want to win or not, and you know what? Some of those games, it really looks like his team doesn't want to win.
Right? Sure. Yeah.
I mean, for me, I would say I don't want to say Blabber, but I'll say Blabber.
Oh no, it's coming over.
No, I'm gonna say Blabber. I'm gonna say
PoE.
PoE. He's a good one. He's a good one. Yeah, I like that.
He's been consistent. What?
No.
What?
I like PoE.
All right, you need to go get some meth. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, PoE has really turned it on in the second half of the split, but he was not playing really well.
Has PoE?
He admitted it though. He even said that he. I don't.
Sure,
I know you guys don't watch
that doesn't erase his performance in the first half of the split, though.
So
yeah, but
just because he admitted it doesn't mean that those numbers didn't happen.
My thing is, okay, my argument that I always had for Blabber is, when has Blabber ever had a bad team surrounding him?
He had a team with Sneaky on it. That's already death in itself.
Oh, come on!
Oh my god! I will whip my dick out and get this video taken down.
Oh my god! All right, Blue, go ahead, go for it, man. Blue,
what am I going for? Best player, MVP.
MVP, because here, let's say this.
Okay.
If Blabber wasn't on Cloud9, do you really think, let's say they had Santorin on their roster, are they really not going to be first place?
The Santorin? Yeah, probably not.
The person most likely to get MVP relative to what we've seen is probably Blabber, just because all the casters keep jerking it off around him oh, it's Blabber.
But this is my thing is that Dardoch is the definition of this split's most valuable player, because if he's not there on Dignitas, they probably are a piece of shit. Alphamo's been doing good too. He's been great himself, but
yeah, no.
If Blabber was on Dignitas, they'd have a better record.
Really? You think?
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That's cap. That's cap.
You guys are
Blabber's a Blabber is a carry jungler, the same as him. He's also a better player. So, what's your argument that wouldn't make them better?
But I'm saying, when has Blabber had like a Lyra where he was surrounded by hot garbage? He's never had even Licorice.
No,
here's my point is, go ahead. Licorice even said, "Oh, I was always surrounded by good players." Blabber's been surrounded by. He literally came in, took Svenskaren's spot. Not to say that Svenskaren's bad, but the issue because they didn't want to share. We're fine. That's cool. But he's always had good players around him. That makes a difference. That's the same for Jankos. Jankos had good players around him. Granted, H2K at one time
he had Rokat too.
Sure. Well, sure, but that point only holds water if Dardoch never had a bad season surrounded by bad players, but he has had garbage seasons.
Dardoch carried CLG by himself. As soon as he left, that CLG squad fell off.
I agree with the Dardoch thing because it's make or break, honestly, for Dig. They live and die by that guy.
All right. So
yeah, sure. But Blabber is the better player, and he just hasn't had bad a game. You can't look at that guy and say, no, he's not the best player in the region. For me, the LCS has always treated that's what I'm saying. The LCS has pretty much always treated the MVP award as the best player in the league.
Which is, yeah.
We can say, what's the definition of MVP? That's how they treat it. So,
but I mean, that's the LCS. I'm talking about for us. I'm saying
for us,
when you have most valuable, I think Blabber is very valuable to Cloud9. I'm not saying he's not, but in terms of most valuable, Dardoch is more valuable to Dig than Blabber is to Cloud9 to a certain extent.
Well then, we'll not give it to CLG because CLG would have -1 wins without Finn.
Oh god, right? They would, bro. Finn has been carrying the shit out of them. Holy crap!
Yeah, so all right, might as well give it to Finn because
all right, guys,
they wouldn't win any games without him.
All right, guys, time start sucking me off. Who's going first? All right, let's go. So we have
3 inches is not good.
I have 9 inches. Fuck you, Warren.
Oh, you have 9? Oh, I got 9.1.
Oh my god. So let's predict. Oh fuck. All right, so we have the LCS.
I'm a grower. It's 13.2.
We have the LCS 2021 Spring Split Week 5 Friday. It kicked. We have a lot of good matches this week. But now, let's start with this one. I seen one answer: TSM versus Dig.
TSM, come on, stop.
TSM. Oh, what if they lose again? I'm gonna say this. Hold on. I'll say this. Can TSM get their revenge on Dig for Reginald?
Hold Hold on. Here's an important question. Who's the other two teams TSM plays? Because they're not gonna go
really
3-0.
Good. There's a good one. That's why I gotta say we gotta do this slowly because there's a really good week.
Dig. I'm going Dig.
I'm TSM. You know I'm gonna go TSM.
I'm gonna say TSM. I think Dig's win last time was a fluke. That shit was not. That shit was a straight up fluke.
Dig.
I think Dig is being figured out. Honestly.
Well, Dig. Like I said, it's a jungle meta. Jungle is the most important and strongest
Dardoch
role on the Rift.
On but Power of Evil will shit on the rest of Dig's
Right, but here's the thing. What's better, a fed
Dardoch?
PoE on Syndra,
or a fed Dardoch on Kane,
or a fed Dardoch on Graves?
What do you mean Graves? Fed Dardoch on Kane? What do you mean?
Or Kane, or a fed Dardoch on, like, say, Kindred. Like,
guys, sometimes I
like
get a
the
knife
jungler.
and slice my neck. I don't know.
All right, let's go. Next game, 100 Thieves.
For the record, TSM.
I'm saying TSM. Next game for Friday, 100 Thieves versus EG.
100
Ooh, that's a good game.
Not by how EG's been playing, man. I'm picking 100 Thieves. EG's kind of been just falling off a face of a fucking cliff.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, though, I don't think it's impossible that EG wins the game. Actually, I think it'll be close.
FlyQuest versus Cloud9. All right, let's go on. Team Liquid versus Golden Guardians. Nope. CLG versus IMTN. Nope. All right, Saturday's games kick off with Digantoss versus G. Nope. All right, 100 Thieves versus TSM.
100 Thieves.
TSM.
Damn. 100 Thieves, baby. Let's go. 100 Thieves, my boy. Hold
on. I want to circle back to this because I want to know who their third match is.
Team Liquid versus Cloud9.
I hate to say it, but Cloud9 should take this one now.
Hey, TL won the last time, dude. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure Cloud9's going to win.
No, it's Cloud9 because they already lost to him once, and they're just gonna win trade.
Okay, so
this could be solved the TL comeback.
Okay, so for 100 Thieves versus TSM, you guys are picking what? I'm picking 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves.
100 Thieves versus TSM.
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to know the third match because here's the thing.
Because the third match.
TSM will go 2-1 this weekend.
Yeah, because the third match is Cloud9 versus Team Liquid. The second match is 100 Thieves versus TSM.
Damn, that's good.
I'm saying 100 Thieves and Cloud9 win their games.
Let me circle back around. I just want to know the third match.
That is the third match for Saturday.
Oh, the third match?
Yeah, for
no,
Saturday.
the third match of the weekend.
For Sunday. All right, so the last games are EG Immortals. Fuck that. CLG versus FlyQuest. Ain't nobody give a fuck about that. All right. Sunday, GG versus 100 Thieves. Nope. Dig versus EG. The long-time rivalry between Cloud9 and TSM.
TSM, baby!
3-0? 3-0?
Cloud9, they lose.
Okay.
All right.
No, they lose that one.
Now, I'm saying this is the real match of the week. Cloud9 and TSM, the greatest rivalry in LCS history. Fuck TSM and CLG. That shit was trash.
Here's the problem. TSM usually win their games because they have the advantage of having the second best mid laner in the league on their team right now, which is PoE. The problem is Perks isn't gonna roll over and let PoE get fed, and in every other position, Cloud9 is stronger. Okay, in that case, TSM will win against 100 Thieves, in my opinion, because I just think they're going to go 2-1, because that's what they do.
They have a tough schedule.
Hey, Warren, I'm jumping with you on the TSM train for this one.
Oh my god!
And thank you, bro.
3-0? This is a hard week for a lot of teams, because TSM gets their revenge. They have to play against Dig, who beat them before.
Personally, they could have gone 3-0, but the problem is that no, they could have gone 3-0 against FlyQuest. It's just that they had FlyQuest had better scaling and better engage. Like the splitting was there. Like if you've noticed, TSM has had a team fight comp. They've had a split comp. They're experimenting. People aren't like paying attention to that stuff too, which is good to see. You know, you don't, and they've also played weak side
too, but you don't really hear people talking about it. So.
Yeah, but how many people has played like for instance, Sunday has played more than Jace?
Every top 5 team has been experimenting.
Yes.
But when
this is the time to do it in spring. This is the time to do it.
They literally do not care.
Yeah,
they're
I get it, but TSM is supposed to be a meme, and they're actually winning with what they're doing. They're not just sticking to one thing.
Most people power rank them like in the top 4 before the season started.
Yeah,
like,
when they were 1 and 2, it's like, like, come on, let's
hold on. You're taking takes from 1 week when they were 1 and 2 to justify saying, "Oh, people."
But
thought
even when
they
they started
were
winning, no, but not. I'm not saying you guys only. Even when they started winning, it's like, can they do it? Like, can they get? They got 2 wins, and even the 2 wins were kind of iffy. And then they went on their streak, and it's like, oh, now TSM is a good team. It's like we're talking about the bandwagoners. It's like, yo, I'd kick you off the bandwagon so you get hit by a car. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you rooting for my? Like, don't do it. Like, that's my thing. Like. I said that PoE has always been a consistent good mid laner and has always played whatever team he's been on. He's either got them to the playoffs or he's either come close.
I just always remember putting TSM in 5th place, mostly because I just didn't have.
They didn't have a good roster. Like going into the, they denied. I don't care what no one says. Their roster stunk.
I think it's for me, honestly, it doesn't so much surprise me that TSM is doing good. It more just surprises.
Yeah, we lost him.
Hello.
Yeah.
Let him connect and reconnect. So I think that TSM's a good team. I just think that they do have some weaknesses that Cloud9 can exploit. Still not back. Yeah, it's just they don't match up really favorably against them in like bot lane. Cloud9's bot lane is an order of magnitude better than TSM's.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's really hard to cover.
Really? What is this?
like I'm sorry, Warren, but like you can't.
Oh no, I know. But I'm always going. I mean, realistically, Cloud9 should win, but I'm gonna root for TSM.
Hey, Cloud9 3-0, baby.
As you should. As you should, as a TSM fan, as you fucking should, because you are not a fair weather fan.
Warren, you can hold your L after Cloud9 clap your team again.
Hey, Warren,
and I also wouldn't be shocked if TSM did pull it out because they are a good team.
Oh.
And it's the same football.
No, don't you dare be PC to these TSM fans around here.
Can we just acknowledge that that Curry and the guy that came from Origin has clearly made a difference with the coaching staff because Curry was on FlyQuest and
Wait, check my picture real quick though.
Their jungle is not garbage this year. It's amazing. Like holy shit, they have a decent jungler. TSM.
We'll see how it
goes.
What
happened?
They traded.
I said he's decent.
Lane for jungle.
You know,
they were like, oh shit, we don't have double lift anymore.
TSM should bring back Sven Skaren.
Do you guys hear about the MSI announcement? It's going to be in Iceland.
The last thing we talked about is MSI, where NA's not going to win because we're fucking trash. All right, guys. So,
no, I think it's cool. This is like the first international tournament where I'm actually going to get to watch it at the appropriate time, right? Because it's not in fucking China or Korea.
Rip me, dude. You don't try to create perfect time for me, but okay.
Oh my god!
Okay,
I'm
now
sorry.
I gotta wake up.
I'm sorry.
Oops.
I'm sorry. We're in America. That's the only country that matters.
Oh my god!
Okay.
I'm like, yeah.
I'm fucking joking. I'm joking.
I prefer to talk about the stronger regions too, but unfortunately, we have to talk about this.
I mean, this is a Cloud9 fan cast, not a G2
question for
fan
you guys.
It's only on Tuesday.
So, you guys know my team. Okay. So realistically, I think the team that's gonna make MSI is probably gonna be. It's hard to pick one. It's either C9 or TL.
It's a 3-team race right now, I think.
Yeah,
I think C9 or TL makes MSI.
Four. I would not be surprised if C9, TL, 100 Thieves, or TSM made it. I would not be surprised.
Please don't let TSM. Please.
I don't think so. Because like I said,
I'm sorry. I do not see 100 Thieves or TSM performing outside of NA right now. Just straight up. TSM and 100 Thieves in NA, sure, competitive. We can talk about it.
Well,
TSM and 100 Thieves outside.
But
yeah,
I think
Cloud9
ever performed internationally.
They have
one time in 2014. One time.
I'm not counting no IEMs. Bring up IEMs, I'm throwing
Our best performing teams would be as thus. Among those 4 teams, it'd be Cloud9 would probably perform the best, has the highest chance of performing the best because their roster is just has the highest quality of players, I think. And then it's TL. Then it's TL because they're very close. What do you say? Who clapped? What?
Fudge is gonna get clapped international. I can just see it.
We'll see.
I don't know.
They'll probably just give them safe. Just give them tanks and have them play safe.
Dude, okay, I'm sorry. Are we still on the Fudge hate train?
No, I'm not.
No, he's not that bad.
I don't think he's that.
He's still not considering Fudge to be a top 3 in NA.
No, I'm saying he's not. He's good, but he's not world class.
He's good. You were stretching that good.
No,
that's like
he's also a rookie. He's a rookie, and he's progressed so much in half a split, dude.
If you told me
he's playing
class, I'm slapping you, bro.
No, I didn't say he's world class.
I'm saying this. He's like the 5th best top laner, maybe 6th. That's debatable.
No,
he's not that good.
Hold on. Let's go through top 3 real fast. Hold on. It's Alfari, Someday,
and Impact. Already better.
Impact, and then Finn.
Huni?
And then Fudge.
Huni and Fudge have been like the same. I'll say that they're like the same.
Yeah, they're close.
I'm gonna say it. Impact and Someday, while they are great mechanical laners, Someday does not have the carry potential that he. Honestly, if it's versus lower tier teams, we can see it. We can see the Someday show. But the backpack only comes out versus those lower tier teams. We don't see it come out versus TL. We don't see it come out versus Cloud9. Why? Because he can't do it. Impact, rock solid laner, but he needs a team to carry him around there. Both of those do not make a top tier world class laner. It just makes them a good player in North America.
Hold on, wait. Impact has performed at Worlds. Let's not downplay this here right now.
Right,
but that was back in 2014.
No, he performed like last year, bro.
He didn't perform good last year at all.
He did. Okay, fair. You know what? I'll give you that.
He was all right.
He was on tank duty.
He wasn't setting the world on fire.
He was on tank duty. Let's not stretch that here.
Yeah.
Come on.
He was good. Good though.
Yeah. No. Here's the impressive thing. Cloud9 is giving Fudge Camille and shit like that. Like they're saying, "All right, Fudge, we're riding and dying with you, dude. Go out there and get him." No. They are committing this whole split to leveling him up, and it's working.
I'm sorry.
Some your laners are better than the rest of the league. I don't think it matters.
Dude, even when Fudge was being camped, like they literally gave Fudge the direst treatment. They literally put him on gray screen simulator. And what did Cloud9 do? Still kick the shit out of teams that were doing that. Why? Because Fudge is not a dead weight. He is not the worst person on the team.
I'm not saying he's a dead weight. I'm saying he's not that good.
Yeah, he's not.
No.
You guys are overhyping him to something he isn't.
No, we're just saying he's improving a lot, and he's a rookie.
He's probably worse than
Revenge. He's gonna get better.
Here, I'll say this. He's probably worse than Revenge. Let's be honest here. Revenge is better.
Oh, it's close.
No.
He's worse than Finn.
No.
Come on, man. That's stretching it.
Okay, that was actually just capping. I'm just fucking around with you guys.
This isn't week 1 anymore.
I'll say Finn has drastically overperformed him. Like it's not even like debatable.
Yeah, well, Finn's a very good player.
Licorice has not been bad either. He just actually has running down.
Licorice is just on an ass team.
Right now.
Like Fake God, I don't count Fake God. I'm not counting Fake God for anything.
I'm gonna give you guys one spicy take.
Yeah.
If Fudge continues at his current rate of improvement, he will be undoubtedly untouchable in the top lane.
All right, so I'll see you guys.
Okay,
by the end of the year.
I don't know about that.
Hold on.
If he continues at his current rate, by the time when it matters, when Worlds comes around, everyone will be like, "Oh shit, Fudge!" Holy shit!
Because here's the thing: everyone in this call right now is just looking at Fudge the way he is at this very second. Here's the thing: where was he at 3 weeks ago? Not playing very good.
I mean, he's 18.
Where's he at now? Yeah, exactly. What is he doing now? He's playing way better. He is a rookie. He's improving week by week.
Perks and a veteran around him.
Right, but he's in top lane.
All I'm saying is you guys
he's in top lane. It's isolated.
All I'm saying is you guys gave TSM a shit ton of leeway and were like, oh yeah, they're just leveling up. Well, guess what? Fudge is leveling up the same way that TSM is, and y'all are like,
dude, me and Ravioli would have
top 6.
All right, so before we, because I actually got to go. So before we end this, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying he's not even top 4. That's what I'm saying.
He isn't.
He's literally not that good. He's middle of the pack right now, and that's where he's playing.
His team makes him look better than he is.
If Fudge was on Golden Guardians, he would probably be.
But he's in top. But he's in top lane. That's a role where he's most of the time.
Makes him look better than he actually is.
But he's laning right now. He's laning well against all the very good top laners we have in North America. Top lane might be
camping his lane the last few games, bro.
Also, well,
right, because he's also getting camped.
On a side note, if Thieves and TSM win, they pretty much are locked in for playoffs. I believe.
That's it, guys. Anything else you want to say? Yeah, you guys are all trash compared to me, but hey, it is what it is at the end of the day.
Both you TSM stands meet me by the flagpole after school.
Oh my god! Oh my god! All right, guys. See you guys later.
Sorry.
Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. And I'm signing off. I gotta go have some sex with some girls.
Well,
Peace.
listen. Hey, okay. But listen.
Your hand doesn't count.
Oh my god! All right,
we can keep talking after.